They say leadership is about being seen, but fear, it's about seeing others.
And one of the main problem is that our children are the future. And since residents come in here, these children you see here, they can't go to school. No expectation is number 3.
Education isn't about grades, it's about grit.
Come in here and make promises that they will provide, they will look in a way of providing transportation and so on. And you never see them back.
The Minister of Housing came to the village, but not to the people.
And when persons gathered to speak to him, he said he ain't come to talk to nobody.
Water is life, but here, life waits for a bureaucracy.
Well, they had a
contracted to bringing water. So
they're still bringing water.
No, stop. They say payments
they
now.
got not some advice coming from the housing. They come and pull them tank this week. Because the other day they come and pull my tank. They call this lady tank.
Yeah, when they come, say they come today,
But they don't come every
they give this first room, right? They will take the next 2 weeks before they give the next 3. Right? So there's a system.
It works for how to get free.
How they get paid.
Even the promises come with confusion or contradictions.
Half of the gathering that to get the steel, cement, and stone from them, you have to get a plan.
Yes.
And
next they say, as long as you finish your washroom,
they will come and build it for you.
your septic and your washroom or whatever it is, then you're entitled to the subsidy. If you can get build your washroom on your own, that means they will take the subsidy, which is the sand, the cement, the stone, or whatever it is, and build that.
Oh, I saw Mr. Barra you on media saying the very words I just repeat and that I just said. He's there to give the cement, steel, and stone or whatever as to do foundations for homes, but it's not the truth because when I went into housing, this is what they tell me. They're not giving it to a foundation, they're giving it to a washroom.
Most of these projects, when they come to give handouts, they normally divert the bulk to the same
Public resources, private profits. That's not progress, it's plunder.
11,000 septic tanks to deliver to each and every household in Sapphire. Not one person get up to now. And we all paid $1,400. They said $1,400 for the delivery.
In 2025, some still use the bush. Some still squat by the sea dam. It isn't development, it's abandonment.
I said the same thing I was saying.
Everybody here shitting in the bush. Every single body, legitimate big people, old people shitting in the bush right now. They're claiming them give us a tank and tell them this.
Up to now, them uncle. Every time they come, they promise it.
Ladies and gents, you see them tall buildings and fancy plan? Don't let them fool you. Watch the hand, cause under the concrete is pure confusion. They're building bridges and towers high, but granny's still waiting for water supply. They're talking about growth, they talking nice, but cost of living gone up twice. They're paving roads, but the deal ain't clean. You check the papers, it's always one team. A tender here, a cousin there. When will the poor man get a fair share? PPP construction, is corruption and destruction. Smiling sweet, but the plan ain't neat. Only friends and family getting the seeds. PPP construction, oh no, is corruption and destruction. We want truth and transparency, not backroom deal economy. Hospital bill, but nurses short. School refurbished, but children can't sport. Them boys collecting millions clear, while single mothers catching fear. We want accountability, not show. Not 5 big roads and 20 new nose. You can't fool we with cement and tile. When the budget disappear in a contractor smile. PPP construction, tell you that is corruption and destruction. APN rising with a plan so bold. Not just glitter, we bringing gold. PPP construction, wake up Diana. Is corruption and destruction. more out of range. Contract come contractor eat. Lil man still can't make ends meet. You see, it's not just buildings high, it's the people dreams that die. We want more than concrete vision. We want justice and true decision. So tell your neighbor, tell your crew, aim you bring in something new. No more fake progression show. We build with truth and make it go. PPP, construction equal corruption equal destruction. PPP, construction, corruption, destruction. PPP, construction, corruption, destruction.
They are lines on maps, and then they are lines in our hearts.
Venezuela is an adversary who we must confront together. And it is unfortunate that this government refuses to do that. But let me put on the records immediately that we believe the arbitral award of 1899 settled our border issue. We believe that the so-called elections in the Essequibo should be condemned. And one of the marked failures of this resolution is that it failed to condemn. And had you consulted us, we would have told you that it will be remiss of you if you do not condemn Venezuela's attempt to convene elections in our territory. At no stage, at no point in this motion, you see that condemnation. We support our soldiers and condemn Venezuela's aggression against them. Even as we bemoan the fact that we urge this government to recapitalize the Guyana Defense Force, and it has failed to do so. Mr. Speaker, let us distinguished Guyanese diplomat and author, Mr. Cedric Joseph, noted that, and I quote, Brazil is only one of the neighboring states against which Venezuela has not advanced a territorial claim, unquote. One would have expected that the government would have outlined a clear foreign policy approach to ensure we continuously mobilize the support of those countries, noting what Venezuela portends. Note as well, Venezuela has problems with Caribbean countries with which it has maritime boundaries. We need to, in a structured way, engage these countries and promote our cause of protecting our sovereignty and territorial integrity. It is that we urge the government to put the question of the education of this matter on a permanent basis. We believe that there has to be continuous permanent education as it relates to this matter, unquote. The government did not heed our call. And so there is no proper public education program to educate the people of Guyana and the world. Mr. Speaker, as members of the government and His Excellency speak about patriotism, I want to say this to you. Patriotism does not come from the sky. It comes from education and involvement. I mean, it's so ridiculous. Venezuela is threatening us on the 25th. and we holding a concert. Patriotism comes when people are being treated fairly in their own country. Most Guyanese do not believe that they are treated fairly. It comes from people's trust in government and national institutions. In Guyana today, there is little or no such trust. We live in a society in which all and sundry know, don't run ropes, that the CCTV cameras work conveniently. If the crime is committed by the elite, their families, their friends and favorites, the cameras do not work. They only work and come alive to prosecute and persecute the poor and the powerless. This is sad, but it is true. We live in a society in which the government seeks to instill fear and wants everyone to kowtow to them. Such a system does not produce patriotism. It produces people who just want to get rid of the government. Here is where most Guyanese are today. They want to see the back of the government. That since in the 1960s, in the case of Honduras versus Nicaragua, the International Court of Justice ruled, and I quote, "A state was precluded from challenging even though defined irregularly and defective legally, if that state had recognized or acquiesced in these lines or failed to protest against them, particularly when the contagious state relied on good faith upon such acquiescence and had considered the matter finally settled," unquote. Venezuela did just that. For this fact and numerous reasons, we are confident in the victory of good over evil and right over wrong, and support our case before the ICJ, which we expect to succeed. We have no doubt that the court will rule in our favor.
People struggling in this country.
Rise up. Tired of the lies. Aubrey Norton, we ready for you now. We don't trust PPP, they be faking for votes. Make big speeches, but the people still broke. PPP fattening up, taking all of the cream, while we fighting in the mud just to live out a dream. Big oil money, but me still can't eat. Roads look nice, but the youth them on these streets. Talk about one Guyana who really feel it. We done see the tricks, we not gonna believe it. They not like us, nah nah. They don't fight for us, nah nah. They don't really like us, nah nah. PPP washed up, yeah yeah. Ali talk big, but he not run the show. Who signed the deals? Who giving the go? Jaggy ho, still they behind the scene. While the small man is struggling to feed, he pick me. Contracts gone, who benefit first? It's the big friends, while the country curse. Election time come, then promise again, but we not falling for the same old shit. We burnt this land, we stand tall. Time to rise up, make the oppression fall. We not them at all. Oh, they not like us. They don't fight for us. They don't really like us. PPP washed up, yeah yeah.
Aubrey Norton and the APA, putting people first.
I think I can say it this. If you are a member of the PMC, you're likely to meet 100. And this is because in the last 3 months, I have been to 300 birth anniversaries. All of them were PMC members. So I urge you, if you're looking for long life, follow.
Pledged a significant increase in recurrent spending, including a 100 significant increase in recurrent spending. I'm talking about the promise of the 100,000 monthly old age pension, electricity subsidies, etc. How does the APNU WPA coalition plan to sustainably finance critical capital projects in infrastructure, healthcare, and other essential sectors? Can you guarantee that development will not be compromised?
Let me start by saying this to you. What that the PPP says is $90 million is generally $50 million. So unfortunately, every one of those key projects, you're going to save millions of dollars by cutting PPP corruption. Now, we have never said that we wouldn't do infrastructure what we said is that one, because of family, friends, and favorites, a lot of money goes to waste. The second point we have made is that the government blows up the infrastructure budget so that they could thief. To put it in simple language, we believe cutting back that will help. We will have more meaningful infrastructure projects than what the government has. You know, when you look at the stupidity of the government, and I'm saying this because I said it before they were dealing with the Heroes Highway. We had said then that they should have done the road from from Soesdijk to Mahaika. And then you do cutoffs. So what would happen is that all who did not need to come into Georgetown will head to wherever they're going and cut off. They proceeded to do what they're doing, and then they now move the point where we had put the bridge from over the river. Now, those people are going to end up on the Heroes Highway, creating more confusion. I've long said that what they were doing will make Sheriff Street congested. I don't have to give any facts anymore. Everybody that travels knows that all they have done is throw some traffic from the East Bank onto the Heroes Highway. So you now have 2 points of congestion. And then you're going to now bring the bridge there. So you didn't deal with the major issues of ensuring that your infrastructure contribute to smooth flow of traffic and to bring an ease to the congestion. Ejil, as an architect of confusion, is increasing congestion in the city. And so as we relook at, we had said this government travels, and they would have seen a lot of high-rise roads so that you don't have to stop at Mocha, stop at Eccles and create congestion. We need to take infrastructure to another level, and that is what the APNU will do in government. We believe that roads must not just be constructed. They must be constructed to facilitate the flow of traffic and improve the quality of life of the people, ensure business can be done properly by reducing congestion. The PPP has shown that they can put money into infrastructure for corrupt practices, but not in terms of relieving the problems the people have in terms of construction. You know what you see at West Demerara? They built that Schoonard to Crane Road of traffic. It is done so bad that people now prefer to go through the same old road. What you are seeing is a manifestation of the incompetence of the People's Progressive Party. They have no infrastructural development plan. It has to be the epitome of asininity, its highest point. If you meet roads that are wide and then you narrow them, and there are a lot of them across the country, it must be some form of stupidity for you to know that Guyana is prone to flooding and that a lot of the large drains help to take off the water, and you're involved in a process of narrowing those drains. And then you hope you will deal with floods. There's technology around that permit you to leave those, say, bailon over them and be able to clean them, etc., but not necessarily narrowing them. And so we have to wait and see the ill effects of this so-called infrastructure plan without a proper drainage plan.
Sometimes in my life, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. You're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have pain, you need to borrow. For no one can feel guilt of your need that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is
This isn't just about the map. It's about the mothers who raise families by the river, the farmers who feed us from Essequibo's soil, and the children who deserve to grow up knowing their. We won't let politicians play games with our land or our future. Essequibo is Guyana's, and we will defend it together. And come September 1st, let's choose leaders who treat it and all of us with the respect we deserve.